Campaign Casters is a fantasy-filled, heavy player-populated podcast for adults. Content warnings can be found in the episode description.
Welcome, investigators, adventurers, and role-players to Campaign Casters, a high fantasy TTRPG podcast designed to introduce you to your fictional home away from home. My name is Nicholas Bailey, and I'll be your caster master and the player of Elxidor Vernades for today.
We are a heavy player-populated party of not adventurers but investigators trying to make a name for ourselves in a big city, where this is a campaign run by not one but two DMs and introduces a new 5th edition class known as the Runecaster.
If you enjoy this episode, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Leaving a review really helps us get the word out and connect with more listeners who might enjoy the journey too. And your support means the world to us. Thank you for being a part of our adventure. Now, casters, please present your titles.
I'm Nick. I play Elxidor.
That was good.
Heath Chase I am, Sig Valang I play.
You were thinking about that hard.
Fuck.
I'm Jake Taylor, and I play Brine Smith.
I'm Adam Fox, and I play Leo, and that's it.
Hi, I'm Sophia Condit, and I'm playing Lycan. They're all making fun of me because I'm sick.
Well, that was not my intention. I was trying to show off my fake sneeze.
I didn't.
see.
I beatboxed.
That was not
I own it. Real cough in your face.
Yeah, we are making fun of you. Everybody point and laugh.
Everyone boo this guy.
No. Anyway, I don't have a bit, but I have a fun thing to my intro. Hi, I'm Ari Bardock Mitchell, and I play Gael, maybe of the house.
I knew that was going to change.
Maybe not.
Who even knows?
We'll find out.
Did you just start singing from Zootopia?
That is what it sounded like. He's trying everything. Trying anything.
He thought nobody noticed that. He literally looked around and went, huh? And did anyone see it?
It's like when you trip up the stairs, you gotta look around and make sure no one saw it.
No one saw that you tripped up the stairs. Yeah.
Oh, God. And the person razzing Heath on the mic today is Haven Anthony Joseph-Lyon, playing Mrs. Stowe.
I'm actually kind of sad this time around because I started with a bit, and then Heath was like, no, we're not doing a yawning bit.
I noticed that, too. I was like, damn. I was like, oh,
Where's the yes and?
The one time I tried.
I was going off of your bit. That's what
Yes.
the sneeze was for.
Yes.
It was going
I'm
off
not
of your
gonna
bit.
lie.
I was ignoring this motherfucker.
I had thought about my bit already, and I forgot you were introducing yourself as your player character too. So I inhaled to breathe, and then you yawned, and I was like, the fuck?
Well,
I got you next time, though.
Next time. And without further ado, we present Campaign Casters. Last we left off the investigators, you hunkered down and reviewed all of your notes for the magistrate's report, where Magister, a title or form of address given to scholars, especially those qualified to teach in a medieval university. Zevrus could... I tried.
Quarantine not included.
Zevrus Dragorum, there we go, and Iago... Why did I stutter there? And Iago Cross are your chosen suspects. Upon completing the report with Brine, he was teleported to Adwick Keep to discuss Little Guy Private Eye's ability to continue the Butcher's investigation. And the new contract Brine went to sign willingly.
Willingly. Ugh.
Quotations.
Hey, you guys just have to listen to the episode when it comes
but,
out.
That's not exactly like
Yeah.
a full consent situation.
Actually, I refuse. I'm gonna skip that portion. I'll never know.
Yeah, keep yourself not in the know.
I'm gonna hear you say, "Hey guys,
Keep
can you
yourself
please
in
leave
not
the room?"
know.
And then I'm just gonna skip ahead by a minute.
For some reason, I was just picturing Heath just like hearing that moment, and then just start screaming the entire 30 minutes worth of Just Drive.
I'm in my car driving to Pittsburgh. Ah!
Oh my gosh.
Well, and upon Brine's return to the group, Brine did not give many details and took Sig, Leo, Lycan to the Burning Spire Guild to find the Night Marauders, his past group, if you will. To Brine's dismay, they were not present, but was given a tip that they were at the fighting club under the Wheelbarrow Aleworks Inn. Then, jumping to Gael, they approached Iago on finally entering the Prosopone, where they met a champion of Karmos, Atlas the Obsequious. He begun questioning Gael's sense of justice, and revealed the cause of Alexi's death was Gael. Before any more thoughts could be had, Atlas posed a question for Gael to think about. If justice is blind, why does it listen? Where Gael returned to the courtyard of the House of the Solstice and went to pack their items. Then jumping to Nissa and Elxidor, they got themselves a table at the Wheelbarrow Aleworks Inn.
No.
I know.
No.
I know. I'm
Where
sorry.
they're discussing their friendship.
Yeah, friendship.
Lycan's
friendship.
reading too many books.
Too many books. And finally, Brine, Sig, Lycan, and Liko.
Hey, I have a new name now, Liko. I'm a little leaky.
That's canon. Scratch it.
And
Scratch everything else.
Leo joining up where it ended with the Brass Bears entering the scene. So, who would like to do session inspiration for today?
I would like to.
Lycan.
Lycan would like to.
Sophia.
So, with everything that's happened with Brian's new contract, Lycan has kind of been feeling extra guilty about letting Brine out. However, she actually has no regrets. She's just sad she got caught, as she said before. Even though she doesn't know where Brine's exactly... We know where Brine's being taken, but she doesn't know exactly how to help Brine. She will do anything to get him out of his metaphorical cage. She does not like seeing a friend locked up. So, yes.
Yeah. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Take your point of session inspiration.
Will do.
So, to kind of re-describe the scene with you guys, you guys are in the Wheelbarrow Aleworks Inn. This is a huge tavern and inn set in the Tolona district that is a very popular place. Where you guys are is that the entrance is on the second floor, where you had to go up these stairs, and you finally went to these double doors where you guys entered, and you saw this very vibrant tavern where on the side you stand on a balcony there are tables and people hanging off on the railing cheering with their mugs and ales. And you were greeted by Nick the server to be seated on the lower floor, where you can see that there is a central dance floor where bards and musician groups perform. And right behind them, on the opposite end of the entrance, there is this entire hibachi-style grill that is just filled.
Hibachi, do you say?
Someone just finished the crossword.
So sorry.
This is a smooth jazz restaurant, actually.
Jazz bar.
Hibachi grill.
I'm so sorry.
Hey, we don't need to
That
put
was
any other
amazing.
music in this.
Yeah.
We've got it covered.
Yeah, you guys are at this table. We were talking. Annika is there with you, off to the side,
I
where
haven't eaten in a while.
where there's a bowl of a really big bowl of water for Annika to sip by. But as you guys are now kind of rejoining the group, figuring out, Brine, you just spot Udokul, a kind of criminal that you've seen once or twice before with the Night Marauders. Yeah.
Did I message Gael to get here yet? I don't
Yes.
think I did that.
You
oh,
did, but
okay.
I'm
Yes.
I didn't know if I did that already or
Don't
not.
you worry.
Cool.
I got a plan.
And it's true that Nissa and Elxidor got up, and now we're all with the group.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Are we all
Yeah.
standing or are we sitting at a booth?
I would say you're all at that table.
They all
table?
came down to our
Yes.
place.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And as you guys are now kind of like rejoining, reconnecting, you spot Udokul. The brass bears open the door where you start to hear cheers like, "Oh, the breast bear!" You know, like everyone's just cheering their excitement. Where you see,
Why don't we get cheers?
what?
Why don't we get cheers?
Probably because we're not their heroes.
Yeah. And at the top, you see Exandros, Cliff, and Calden standing there. And you see that they're, meeting people. They're talking to people. They're making their way downstairs towards like the group of bards. And, there's like a little exchange going on. And can all of you roll stealth checks for me?
Stealth. Why did it have to be stealth?
What is that one?
Sig's going down. I forget how Adam started that.
21 for Lycan.
Holy cow! 19.
Oh God, I rolled a 6. That's gonna be 16.
Dirty 20.
Let's go. That's the rogue rolling that low.
Dirty 20.
Why are you guys rolling so high? Well, I guess they don't see you.
Leo,
I got a
they just
14.
think Leo is the fire.
Yeah.
Leo is the fire. That's just. They're like, it's just really colorful this time.
There you go. Yeah. So you guys are just kind of, since you're off to the
Remember,
side of it.
Haven, we're investigators, not adventurers. We investigate.
Mic dropped.
Boom. Yeah, but you see that they're just looking around, seeing all there, and they're just having a conversation. They end up taking a table that's kind of like in the middle of this place where Brine, if you want to have to try and go through, you're either going to go through the stage or you have to try and skirt your way around the brass bears. But they have a table that is kind of up front and center to the stage. But they have not noticed you. So, what are you guys up to? Now we can start talking.
What is my relationship like with Udoku? How is it pronounced?
Udoku.
Like, how cordial am I with him?
I would say you it would be enough to where you both could recognize each other, and but like I wouldn't say he's been on any like missions with you, but like he's a pretty solid contact that you've interacted with on a couple occasions where it's like you're just a good acquaintances in your job field.
Yes.
Yes, your job field.
Yes.
Your job
Yes,
field.
of course.
Yes.
So you said to get to him, I have to go around a stage or something?
Yeah, you have to go around the stage and, go through people, but the brass bears have kind of sit in the middle of the space that you can walk. Or if you just want to go beamline straight through the stage.
Are people performing on the stage?
There is.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna follow. Like, seeing that you're walking away, I'm gonna stop at the table for a second, clock that you're walking, and follow you.
Yeah.
Is it walking?
Oh, yeah,
I'm
I
walking.
was gonna say, if he's walking,
Yeah.
Oh, so if everyone's getting up.
Yes. Well, actually, Brian, before you go, so how was the Burning Spire? Did you find what you needed?
What I needed is here. And
Right. Okay.
To walk around the stage is probably better because he's not trying to draw attention to himself.
Yeah.
So walking straight through a performance is probably not the best
I
idea.
was just thinking about the sound effects. Like, you just walking through, knocking a drum set over.
One man hand.
record stop. Like,
Who's this guy? All right. Please roll a stealth check for me.
To get past the brass bears.
Yes.
Is that everyone or is that just me?
Just you, since you've declared your
19.
pass. Cool.
I mean, I think we're not just gonna.
leave them.
I would follow
Where?
Ryan to make sure something, because Nissa doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah. All right. Then everyone will follow. I'll say all of you roll stealth checks for me.
Oh goodness.
Try and skirt past the brass bears.
Hot too.
Part 2.
Us.
Well, now
not-
we're getting closer to
Not
it.
really trying to skirt around them, but
Damn, 18. I don't have good stealth, and I'm somehow doing good.
it's an 11.
12.
I'm a glowing man of magic arcane fire. I don't know.
A 7.
Woo! Elkshore rolled a 2. All right.
Elkster's so focused on
Someone
the
wants to use his characters.
How is the 7-foot tall being less stealthy or more stealthy than some average 6-foot guy?
Yeah.
I know. You're so focused on the hibachi.
Yeah.
You're like, that's
It's like, wow, this cooking. Oh shit. Sorry, called it. Oh, hey, guys. But I'll say that everyone else sneaks past but Elkstor and Sig. As Elkstor kind of bumps into one of the chairs.
And then I bump into you.
And you bump into me. You see like Calden's like, what the? Oh. And Exandros, he's like, everyone, the saviors of the brass bears. And everyone like cheers. And he's like, hey guys, how you doing?
I've been pretty good. How are you?
Good. We're just doing a little crowd work here to kind of win back our reputation a bit. But
oh man, I don't think you've lost any reputation. You walked in here and everyone cheered.
Yeah, well, I mean, we have been gone for a while.
But I don't think that's your fault.
True that. And we greatly appreciate you guys saving us. Yeah. So what brings you here?
Oh, I actually don't know.
Okay, you just here for like drinks, the food?
I mean, are there good drinks and food?
Oh, of course. I mean, have you seen the menu? It's absolutely delicious.
I have not. Let me see the menu.
I would say that the Dire Hog stuffed tomatoes or the Weibermeyer garlic dumplings are my personal favorite.
No, I'm hungry.
Garlic
dumplings. That does sound pretty freaking good. And I'm looking over, and like the group is slowly getting further away from
you
us.
see Annika's just tail just like smacking into people.
Annika, roll stealth check for Annika.
I already did. It was 14.
14? Yeah. Annika like right by. You know, this giant Grimmelkin in this thing does not get noticed, but us two, we do.
Yeah. And like it's like one of those scenes where like you peer over and like, past someone, and it's just like the head appears, and you're like, oh god, they're getting further away.
Yep.
Yeah. All of us are just hiding behind Annika.
Yeah.
I'm like, I might get something later, but I'm losing the people I was with, so
Oh, is everyone else here?
Yeah, everyone else is here.
Oh, Sig, what the fuck, man?
Oh well, let us buy you a round of drinks. I mean, you know, if you guys want, we'll let you do your own thing. But
I'll get back to you on that. But I'm sure people would love a drink.
Yeah, awesome. Cheers.
Cheers. Run back.
Bro, that was awkward. I'm glad you said everything.
Yeah.
You said everything.
Well, you were stuck on the chair. You were really trying to get off.
You're right.
Of it.
There was my buckle on Calden's chair. I just want to make sure that
just during the entire conversation, like Calden's just is like getting just like tugged. It's like, yeah, having a great time with you, Sig. It's good to see you again. I don't know. You're awesome.
Slowly being skirted away.
For those of you at home, Adam was just skirting around.
All right, but you guys make your way over to the other.
But surely backwards.
What?
I'm illustrating it for our viewers at home.
Oh, thank you.
I do that all the time whenever we don't say outright what we're doing. I just whisper into the mic.
Visual bits that no one.
Yes,
can
that
see.
no one can see.
On my chair. Yeah, I scooted away on my chair.
Yeah, but Brine and gang. There we go. You make it over to the other side where just kind of give like a more layout of this. That where you have to go is that there is a balcony that overlooks there, and this balcony is able to hold like a good amount of. Let's see. Let me just pause. I'd probably say like 20 feet of space. So it's like a 20-foot long, wide balcony that tables can be put on. People can kind of overlook and whatnot. And there's a staircase that kind of goes down, and this doorway that he is guarding is underneath that staircase. So it's kind of off in this secluded section of it. But what do you do as you approach?
Trying to be like subtle and not draw attention. Brian's gonna like like just like slowly like just approach Idokul. Psst. Psst. Idokul. Real subtle.
He looks over. What if it's in Brine Smith? Yeah. So let's see. So the rumors are true. And he goes to your collar and he tries to undo.
Smacks his hand away.
Oh, don't play like that. So, what are you doing here in Tolona?
I think you know why I'm here.
I have no idea why you're here.
Do you know where they are?
Who?
The rest of the Night Marauders. Do you know where they are?
I
received a tip they're here. I received a tip about something you might know about, a little underground fighting ring.
He's looking around to make sure that you didn't say that too loud.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Whispering.
Well, of course, there's that here, but I didn't see. I've been here the whole time, and they haven't come through this entrance.
Is there another entrance? A more subtle one?
Yeah, there is. I mean, there's the lower tunnels, but
how do we get there? Or could you let us through this one? Or
yes, I can let you in through to the fighting ring, but you need to follow 2 rules. First rule: you do not mention this fight club.
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Second, there is no fighting among patrons. If that occurs out anywhere but inside the ring, I will be summoned to take care of it. Understand?
I understand.
Good.
I only remember that he was the Goliath, and that was it.
Yes. He is this Goliath man that is bald and has some like tattoos, but you see that maybe it started to fade a bit, as if like he started to try to get rid of it for some point, but there are still accents of other tattoos that he has made over place to kind of just like mix it up a bit. But he is this burly man that just like has these like overalls on top of him, and he has like this long this like kind of like a maroon sweater, and he's just there to kind of look like the rest of the commoners here, to not really cause any suspicion. But like there are other points where he has like these certain jewelry items that is a bit more like actually, can you, Anissa, roll me a history check for me?
Yes.
Interesting.
Udoku was a past
Interesting
lover?
An necessary that
What? Love it.
check.
Check, please.
Fun. Check, please. Get me out.
Holy
of here.
shit. I have only a +1 and I got a dirty 20.
Nice.
Hey.
Yeah, you recognize that some of the rings that he's wearing, some of these jewels are actually from Dwaldana, and you notice there's like a couple stones where like, oh wow, that stone is only in Dwaldana. Cool, interesting. They have some jewelry from there.
Interesting.
Yeah, but other than that, he's just kind of has his arms crossed. He's just like hoping it in after, Brine, you said that, and then he sees a little entourage after you.
So, are these your friends? Fighters? You look like a strong lad,
And he looks over at you, Sig.
They're not here to fight. Only I am.
I'd like it to be noted there's still flowers in Brian's hair from when Lycan braided them.
right. You're going to fight.
Yeah.
Dude, you got the flowers in your hair.
And they're very, I don't know, warrior-like, I think.
Warrior-like.
Mm-hmm.
This entire time, Nissa is looking this dude up and down, trying to size him up, what his like general abilities are, looking for bruised knuckles to see if he's more of a like fight with his fists, see if he has any weapons hidden under clothes, that sort of stuff.
Roll insight check for me.
Had to see which dice was calling.
Oh,
That was close. Insight check, you say?
I did.
He did. That's just a 10. Flat
10. Okay. It seems like there's nothing on his body that like just wearing regular clothes, but like from his stature, he's probably a fist fighter.
Do you doubt the power of nature?
I mean, like, I think we're pretty all good fighters. Brian, are we here to fight?
I don't want to drag you guys into the fight. I will fight.
Why are we fighting?
I don't want to drag you guys
You're
into
not
the fight.
Do you hear
I like
yourself?
this one.
That was a very good impression. Like,
Thank you.
That actually was pretty.
No, I think it was a pretty bad impression, if I'm being honest.
It was a bit of a bad impression for me.
Do you want me to quote you on that? Like, I don't even know who said it.
I truly can't tell the difference.
What are we doing here?
Just
What
sniff.
are we? You're the one who brought us here. What are we doing here?
Got him.
Also, nice tattoos, by the way.
Thank you. I originally got them from Gelgrados, but I've made my way over to Dwaldana, if you're familiar.
A little bit, yeah.
Good, yeah. Great jewelry.
I shoot Nissa a look. I'm like,
And Nissa looks back at you quizzically, like,
And you also have a Zillionac fighter. You look like the type. I do spawn my day.
Yeah.
so,
You know,
why?
flowers are lethal. Some flowers are lethal.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
You should be the coach for Brine. I'm sure you can
Okay.
hype him up.
What are we doing here, Brian? Can
Yeah.
you
What?
explain,
Can you please?
I promise I will explain, but first we have to do it.
Okay.
Ooh, so I don't like that
Just
plan.
trust me, okay?
could be fun. Let's do it.
Okay. Does it help you get out of your cage? Out of your neck, your collar?
It
I don't know why that was funny.
helps me out with a different cage.
Okay.
You said that you
Then
went
yes,
to
we'll help you. I'll help
Dwaldana.
I did.
For what?
He holds up his hand to like show the jewelry.
They got some nice jewels over there.
That's it.
Yeah.
Nissa just nods and looks away.
This is really awkward.
So, Leo, when things are awkward, you don't usually say it out loud that it's awkward.
Leo just turns orange.
Shit.
Who taught him that word?
I've known that word.
Sorry.
Now, what's interesting is that that's a different color. It looks like the handiwork of the magistrate. How'd you get involved in him?
That's a long story that I don't have time to tell right now. But it is a different color.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I thought you were in Eskreek.
I am, but I'm not bound to the district. I'm bound to the people.
Well, your friends are bound to the magistrate as well. Oh, the Burning Spire Guild. But I'll let you in. Good luck to you.
And he passes by, lets you.
Are the little, I don't know, signets, are those visible?
Yeah, if
Okay,
you still
that's
want
what
them to
he's-
be.
Well, so he knew that from looking at them?
No, he's talking
He's looking
about
at the collar.
Yeah, because he looked at his collar whenever there, and he noticed
He
that.
said he knew about his friends, too. Or
his friends, not us. That's how I read it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
you read that correctly.
Yes.
Brian just failed to mention that yet.
I
Yeah.
understand. I thought
He, as the player, understood it that way.
Sig on the
probably
other hand, yeah.
I thought we were friends. But,
Oh.
you know.
Damn.
Yeah.
Leo's just
That's just
here.
how I
I don't-
interpreted it.
All right. So you guys head down towards the fighting ring, where this is a kind of like a really narrow staircase. It's like wooden, really old. This you could tell it's worn, but you just and just make your way down, like at least I would say like 40 steps, where you finally go to this room where it opens up. And there is someone that kind of opened the door for you, and you see that it's just another Goliath man, very similar build to it, but like also a different, like he's a bit more leaner, but he has more like definition and tone to his body, and he just kind of opens it up, lets you guys in, and
Thank you.
yeah.
I'm just saying thank you. You opened the door for us. It's very kind.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, stinks.
You're welcome. and in this room you see that it is kind of like an all wooden room, like the ceiling, the walls, even like the flooring it is, because as you like make your way, it feels like you're stepping on a stage of sorts where there's like space underneath you, and to a point about 40 feet in front of you, you see that there's an opening in the floor where it's this very circular kind of pit where you just hear like people cheering. There's like some people are covering the side of it where there's like these rails that are overlooking the pit, and people are cheering as they're going on. If you were to get closer, you see that there's like this dust pit that these two fighters are in. You see an orc and a water genasi just throwing punches with each other. One like very Sherlock Holmes, Robert Downey Jr. style, where they're just going at it and trying to gauge each other and
Discombobulate.
I love those films.
And this old hobgoblin man kind of going around where it's like, get your blet, pace your blets, get your blets, pace your blets. And you see like he has this little chest where they're like chalk markings of it, and he's like keeping all the money in. And off to the left of you, there's this bar. And throughout the rest of this entire place, there's a whole bunch of like little, I would say like high tables that people can just sit at. There are some tables, regular people that can surround themselves in. And at the very end, there is another door where you see like more of the guild members that you recognize. There's like 4 of them standing at this doorway. But this is the fighting pit.
So you went to the Burning Spire Guild to come here to fight.
Okay, I'm looking for my old crew, okay? I went to the Burning Spire Guild because I was informed that they would be there, and that's where they were indentured to serve. When I got there, I was told that they are here. I'm just looking for them, and I don't know if I have to fight to find them, or if they're in here somewhere, but my plan was to fight.
And what is the point of finding these friends, in quotations?
I let them down, and I need to fix it.
Are they your family?
Listen,
Brine?
nods.
Yeah, basically. They're the closest thing I've ever had to it. So I need to find them. And while we're here, if something happens and everyone has to get involved in a fight, please don't kill anyone. I dragged you all here. No killing.
Hey, Brian's finally on the same page as me. That's what I'm talking about.
I never planned to.
Leo, you should maybe sit the fight out if it gets down to it.
I will 100%. Not even like you said you were fighting. I was like, cool. I'll assist you from a distance. I don't need to fight.
And I'm not asking you to.
Oh, thank you, because I don't. It's cool with me. So
I can fight if you need me to, Brine.
I don't even know if I have to.
So what do these guys look like?
You're looking for Goliath, but not that one. And he points to the one that was like at the bottom of the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey, you're looking for a kitsune. You're looking for a changeling, so that could be anyone. And he like steals a glance towards Leo's direction. You're looking for an arcanic.
Oh.
So
Shouldn't be hard to find one of those.
I would think, but he glances around. No arcanic in the visible area.
Make a perception check.
Yeah.
just like stretch and look over everyone's heads.
9.
9. It's really hard to tell. A lot of people, just to kind of get like a sense of what exactly is going on, you don't recognize anyone, but you recognize the change of environment where instead of a lot of people there are some who do show their faces, but there's a lot of like people who are only this is criminals are surrounding her here. And it is like people wearing cloaks or just trying to hide their identity where you just can't see a whole lot of their skin. Anything that can help resemble to recognize someone. A lot of people are wearing clothes or even certain things that just cover that up. So it's really hard to spot anyone in the position that you are. And then there's just a whole bunch of people that are just like gathering around the fighting ring. There are people sitting off there, just private conversations. The only people that do like stand out to you is this old hobgoblin like bookie that's like, get your bets. There's a rekindled barkeep that's just kind of going there. You see that like he spits fire into the mug and then he like brushes it out. And then there's like a lot of orcs and Goliaths that act as like security, just walking around. And those are the faces that you can just see around because those are there. Yeah. And then the other one that kind of get it, you see like the Burning Spire guild members just walking around as well.
I mean, Brine, I think, has like instinctively pulled the mask up over most of his face.
I would say at the same time, Nissa would pull their hood up.
If I'm noticing this, I'm putting my hood up.
Leo's just gonna try to crouch.
It's okay. Here, I can be a hood.
Where did you go?
There we go.
Yeah.
It worked.
Something.
Yes.
My paladin senses are tingling. Something is off in this room.
It sounds like that's just a personal problem.
DM, can I try something?
Yeah. Sure. What do you want to try?
I don't know if this is something I can do.
No.
But wow, thanks.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Nope.
Thanks.
Sophia will remember that.
So you know how a sunflower faces towards the sun?
Yeah.
I want to take that same idea, but turn it towards elven magic energy, so like arcanic energy, to find this other arcanic.
That's sick as fuck.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
So cool. Dude,
Let's go.
Sunflower
Leo.
radar. Ding.
Yes. Yeah.
Leo
That kind
just
of idea.
suddenly.
Yeah. Please. Yeah. Describe how you make this rune and what exactly happens.
Yeah. So Lycan's going to. She doesn't have sunflowers on her. I'll say she just with her earth magic, she just summons a fully grown sunflower from her palm and etches in the face of it like.
Sorry.
What?
I had something funny. I don't know why I thought of this, but it's like if it's like a crow's nest and logs on top of it, and he's like, and points in the direction of where it is.
I kind of like that. Like artistically drawing this rune on the face of the sunflower that's like an arcanic symbol.
Yeah.
And the sunflower head starts to like kind of do a little sonar rotation. And I don't know if it succeeds, but ideally it points me towards an arcanic. And I think Log does want to get involved, and he's like hopping on the face of the sunflower. Even the sunflower head is what's moving.
You see that as it starts to move, it's bing. It goes to Leo.
I think with the nature of the rune, she would have tried to count that out, but I guess that wouldn't really.
Yeah.
She's going to go further into the crowd, further away from Leo.
Further away from Leo.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're off of me? Okay.
Ding.
I'm trying something. Ding. I'll see you in a bit. Bye.
Oh, okay.
I like it. So you're going through
The old sunflower search trick. It's a classic.
And like, as long as it's still pointing towards Leo, she's going to keep moving away.
Yeah.
And hopefully, eventually, it's going to get swayed like a magnet towards somebody else.
I would say after like 5 meters away, it actually just starts going there, where it's like it does. I would say with like a radar, like it bops up where it's like, oh, Leo's in this vicinity, and then but it's still searching around for other things. And it isn't until you like get closer to the fighting ring where I would say, like, what side are you going in? Are you going to the right side or the left side?
Right.
Right. Yeah. And as you're making your way towards the right side, you see that this is where there's kind of like a booth set up that you can infer that the way that the floorboards are built, that there's a streamlined pathway that there's like it's more long than kind of like the stage that you're on, where you can assume like this booth is where people can go down into like prepare themselves for the fighting ring, and then this like floorboard is the trail that leads them to the one side of the fighting ring, and then there's like a very similar one to the other side of it that kind of connects. You kind of see what the floorboards connects its way into. But as you're getting closer to that side of it, where it finally kind of starts to ping a bit, and it is on the opposite end where you see there are a lot of people kind of cheering on, where they're like, hold on, let me get these names, where they're like, Ingram, landslide, Johnson, Ingram, landslide, Johnson. Like they're just cheering for these guys. And then you hear like the other shards like, go Bridget, the thunderstorm.
Whoa.
And it's like this Goliath and dwarf are now in the ring, and they're just punching each other and trying to juke each other out and enjoying this fight. And you see like now that it finally starts to ping, you start to kind of have to look over people. But it's very hard. There's a ping there, but like
she's jumping, and there's like the little
yeah
sunflower in her hand.
But with your height, it's really hard to see because there are just a lot of like more cloaked figures where it's like you don't know who the the person or the Arcanic is, where they are in the sea of people.
Could I send message to Lycan, and seeing where the thing's turning, can I be like, go left, a little more left, no, go straight now?
Yeah,
to try to just like guide.
Can you hear back if I talk to you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I need a tall person. Can you get Brine over here?
Brine. Okay.
I also see a Goliath. Does the Goliath match the description Brine was giving us? That's the one that's actively fighting.
No.
Okay.
Thank God.
Imagine.
Yes, it does. Get in there, big boy.
Do you want me to get Brine?
Yes, please.
Okay. Brine. She
Go
needs
where
to
the
be,
sunflowers jump
She
in.
needs to be on your shoulders so she can see.
Brine pushes through the crowd and gets to where Lycan is.
I definitely won't put this flower in your hair. For this better vantage point, can I?
On Brine?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you would see that off in the very distance, there's this Arcanic where their light is showing through. I believe it's a blue light, correct?
Probably, yeah. I don't think I ever actually specified that. Just like a yeah.
Okay, let's
Sure.
go a navy blue.
Sure.
Make it a little bit darker than Leo.
Cool.
And I'm a light blue.
Yeah, and you see like this navy blue dim light kind of shine through this, but you see that like this person is wearing all clothes as compared to Leo, who is showing his natural self in all his glory.
Winnie the Poohing it over here.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't find use for clothes when I don't have.
Anything.
And you're on top of Brine, correct? Okay. As this happens, you finally like confirm like, oh, there's an Arcanic, and your sunflowers pointing towards this person. There's a moment where, Brine, can you make a dex save for me?
Fuck. Math. 17.
17. So as Lycan finally like pins down toward, you start to hear these like fast moving steps, like, and all of a sudden you feel a fist come across your cheek as you are punched down to the ground. Lycan, you fall, and you hear, bastard! And as you stumble down, this guy comes on top of you as like his skin starts to reveal himself. You see Leon whamming on you. You left us! How could you? Do you know what they did to us? And that is where we're going to jump over to Gael.
They said no fighting. Teacher, they said no fighting. He's fighting. Leo's just like run the person.
Oh my god.
I like to think, like those transitions in movies whenever it like transitions to a thing where it's like each punch goes like boom, boom, and then another punch lands, and it's like Gael putting a bag down on a bed.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's good.
Yeah. So, Gael, can you describe the scene that Gael is currently in, as they, once being a part of the divine domain of the Prosopone, where you kind of been transported back to the courtyard of the House of the Solstice, and you made your way up to your room where you started packing your things? Kind of describe the scene of what's going through Gael.
Yeah. Clarifying question.
Mhm.
Like, would I have an individual room, or is this part of like a group dormitory? I don't remember what we decided.
So these dorms hold 6 beds, And essentially the idea of it is that it's kind of like a Sirius Black kind of house where it's very like vertical and there's a whole bunch of stuff and goodies and whatnot. And that a lot of the clerics, priests, anyone that belongs to the house, they kind of have their own little section. So the life domain remains with the life domain and so on and so forth. So the scribes kind of have their own little place that I would assume Gael would be a part of.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Is anyone else there?
No, it is just you currently.
Gorgeous.
And you are by
That's
yourself.
exactly what I wanted. Thank you. So let's say that a little time has passed where Gael has been doing this. They don't have like a ton of stuff, but anything that they do have that they consider important possessions, as well as like clothes and things that they wouldn't necessarily know how to like exist in the rest of the world. So they're like grabbing things like, maybe this ink pot will be useful, maybe this like piece of rope that they found will be useful, and they're putting it in this this sort of sack like bag that they've found around for people if they go on, say, some sort of like trek to another a monastery or something, or another church or something of that nature. And they've procured one and are putting things in there. And you would be able to see that they've also changed their clothes a little bit. They have a white, sort of like poofy kind of bar shirt, more of like an undershirt, chemise kind of thing, but like more like, long sleeve, kind of poofy. And then the same pants they usually wear, but you'd notice that the gold metal cuffs that are usually around that are missing, and they're in, as well as the wrist cuffs are in their bag right now, so they're looking a little different. They put this bag together and like take a deep breath and look at their bed and are like, okay, next course of action. And they're just kind of like buzzing a little bit because the concept of leaving hasn't even ever entered their mind, and yet there's this sort of resolve of like, this is what I need to do. They're going to, I assume this is like, can be like a backpack type thing. I don't know if they want to draw the attention of themselves in that way. So they're gonna leave the bag right now, and they're going to swiftly head to where they know Malis's, is that the right name?
Malis.
Malis, awesome. Where Malis's office would be, if I know where that would be, or his pronouns.
He,
awesome.
him.
Where his quarters would be, where they might be able to find him.
Yeah, you know that would be the sanctum where you found Iago just very recently. But before you make your way outside of the dorms, as kind of like coincidentally as you were like trying to leave this dorm room and leaving your stuff here, the door kind of opens in your way and you kind of bump into someone. And as you look above, you see Mirren and two of his buddies, just kind of standing there. And looking down, he's like, "Oh, what in the name of Karmos was that?"
Was what? What are you doing here?
You thought you were worthy of talking to Karmos and just usurp the entire bishops?
I was given an offer. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have things to do.
Oh, you have things to do, all right.
What is that supposed to mean?
Why don't you go in the grand hall? The bishops, Iago, they're all waiting for you.
Fine. What, were you sent to fetch me or something? Doing their dirty work?
Oh no, I just wanted to see if you left in time or not.
I don't have time for this.
Oh, but Karmos has time for you. And he moves off to the side and lets you do your thing.
Gael is questioning not grabbing that bag. So they're gonna dip in and grab their bags. They're like, maybe I'm not going to be able to get this. And I need this. You know what? I hate you. No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. That's
As you should.
So Gael, sensing that like something is happening and maybe it's not gonna be good, is gonna leave the room, walk far away enough, and take a little deflection to where are the dormitories in a similar place, or are they like in? I think they'd be in their own sort of section, right? Even if the rooms are kind of segregated of like what people of what domain are hanging out there, would they still be in a similar place?
Yeah, there are
Like their own section versus in the like quarters of each domain themselves? Or am I wrong about that?
Yeah. It's kind of like it's one big room where there are different floors that
Right.
kind of have like, oh, this is where the death domain does. And like, as you know, you have to go all the way to the highest floor to get to the library and, you know, make your way down to the sections of Karmos and whatnot. So the scribes have been given their own dorm on the top floor as well. And then you kind of have to go through all the domains before you get to the first floor, where then you enter the grand hall.
Oh, well, you know, on the way. So Gael is going to take a moment and try and stop by where they know the dormitories of the life domain to be and see if they can find Toby.
Cool. Make an investigation check for
Oh,
me.
bother. Okay. 17.
17. I would say that you like, from the friendship that you've had with Toby, you know where her room would be. And like, as you're going through all these dorm rooms to see like if Toby's here, you just like each door you go in, you see that no one else is here. Like no one's there. And rightfully so, because everyone was having dinner beforehand. But like with the vibe of the energy, like everyone, it's been like a good enough time where maybe time has passed in the prosopone, where like what time of night is it right now? And you're just not finding anyone to be in their dorms if maybe this would be a time where they would be.
Fuck me. Okay. Gail's gonna be like, fuck, there's really nowhere else. They could just leave, but they have questions that they want answers to. And if this is the only way to do it, then they're gonna do it. So they're gonna go down to the Great Hall. They're not gonna enter immediately. But just like look through a doorway to see what they see in there.
Yeah. As you kind of like peek your way through, you kind of see off to where you were sent to the prosopone, that very divine place to be sent. You see that the bishops of the House of the Solstice, Malus, Selene, and Alaric, are in a very heated argument with Iago, the high priest, where Malus is the most frustrated of all, where you could just hear him say like, you knew the rules, our traditions, and you chose to disrespect the church in front of all of its worshippers. And they're just having this really heated conversation.
Does it look like there's any they will be stopping anytime soon, or this is just gonna keep going for a while?
This is a big old rant, but like, as like, maybe if you were to poke your head a bit more, you see that no one else is in the grand hall here. Like, even for the death domain where everyone was eating dinner, they're not there as well. And this is very confusing because there's a lot of people that belong to the House of the Solstice, and if they're not in their dorms or the hall, where are they?
Good fucking question. Well, Gail's gonna tentatively approach. They're like, whatever the fuck is gonna happen, I'm taking a new life path anyway, so might as well go down with the burning house, I guess.
The burning, yeah.
Not literally. That's funny. Forgot it was called the house.
Yeah, and you once you kind of like start to make your way, you see that like, oh, right, it's just the four. It's just the four of these people having this conversation. Iago's trying to talk his way through, and it isn't until you announce your presence where Melis kind of just immediately clocks on that. And you see that like he's just really flustered. There's a lot of emotions going through him. But seeing you there, you see that he takes his gavel and slams it down in front of him, where the Incantus gem lights a darkened golden glow close to an orange. And there's a light that kind of shines upon you. And you hear him say, "Gael, you have been summoned to testify in front of Karmos."
What? Gail's gonna turn to Melis and be like, I will be out of your hair. I won't be a problem. I'm leaving. Can you tell? I need answers for something, and then I'll get out. I'll get out of your hair, and nothing. You don't have to worry about me or anything ever again.
You brought the bag with you, correct?
Mm-hmm.
He just is taken back from it. And like anger just kind of fills him up, where you like, he's still trying to keep this stern, like he's trying to keep himself composed. But in response to after taking some time, where he's like, "You are not able to leave without first testifying." And he knocks his gavel on again, where this time, like, you know that this with this the sacred gavel that he wields, that it enforces Karmos's justice. And for a moment, as like the second time, first like the light was shined upon you, where it's like you are given the free will to do this for it, but the second time more of it's like you now feel the Incantus gem, where it's pulling you to be like, you must come here and you must speak. Melis, the Bishop of Justice, has requested you for.
Well, Gail's gonna walk. They know their truth. Yeah.
As you come up to this spot where you see the three bishops kind of standing in a very triangular like way, where Melis stands center stage, and Alaric and Celine kind of stand behind them off to like both of his shoulders, and then Iago is standing off to your left. And once you finally stand there, the light shines upon you, where you feel in the first time in your life Karmos. And everything that you have hoped for, but like this is a connection that you just have a feeling for, and you don't see Karmos, you don't like feel the opportunity to be able to speak, but you just feel her presence. And as you look for, or I would say, what would Gael be feeling now, and now that Karmos is there?
It's sort of an extension of what they were feeling as they were about to enter the Prosophone, but with new vibes, of like, this is all I ever wanted, and now it's nothing how I wanted it to be. I don't know if I want it anymore.
Yeah. And as you look up to, with all these emotions going, Melis stares down and says, "You have committed sacrilege by neglecting my authority as a bishop and entering a sacred realm where only ordained members of this church are offered a chance to commune with Karmos and her champions under her will." And Iago's to interrupt, like, "Gael was pursuing their own justice. They have the right." "That may be so, but we have a process for this. Gael, what say you?"
I was given an opportunity to do the one thing I knew I was not good enough to do, the one thing I wanted in this world. I felt like I had lost everything else, and perhaps I could gain a new direction. I don't think there's very much I understand. I wanted to go because I want to meet Carmos, because I wanted to ask for her blessing to do what I'm doing now without it, to leave, to find out more about myself. Because I don't realize I don't know myself nor my own principles at all. A friend once told me that if you do not know, if you do not decide things for yourself, how are you meant to know what if they are your own principles? That one must not be kept in a cage. One must find out what it is to be free. And I realized that I must go in order to find out what that is. And I thought it would be better to do that with the blessing than without it. But I learned even more so that I am not ready to receive that. That is what I have to say.
You see, he processes the information. We have given you a home. We have taught you our way of life. And in your pursuit of your own justice, that gave you the right to ignore our very first doctrine.
Well, I was never good enough for this system, was I? I wasn't good at anything. So you told me where to go. You told me, oh, well, they're not particularly strong, or then they don't have magic, so perhaps they can go write in books with this tradition that you have rejected as important. I wasn't good enough for it. Why must I stay? No one, if I am not wanted here. Sorry. Is it not true?
Just because you do not have a connection or are a priest of any of the domains here in the Curia of Carmos does not mean that you do not have belonging with us. Alessio, you are his protege, are you not? The scribes detail the work of Carmos and store it in our library, sacred texts that are spanned over the Vecchia-teeth.
And I love what I do, what I've done here. I do. But none of it was my choice. I was left here. You know that. You gave me a home, and for that I am deeply grateful. I cannot imagine having grown up anywhere else. But I was put here by someone. That is part of what I wanted. I would not know who I was beyond my life here, beyond the work I was given. I would not know. So I wanted to reach farther back. I hate that I am asking in this way, but I wanted to know if you had any trails, any traces of when I was left here. I have to find out who I am. I cannot be a good acolyte if I do not know what I stand for, if I do not know who I am. I failed that a long time ago.
I was the one that picked you up that night. I do not know of any information of your parents.
that decided to leave you here. But I do know there was a note. And it said that if you chose to stay or leave with the house, it is your choice. And until that choice you made, they will reside here in Conamenther. That is all I know.
Do you know of any way I could follow that, look into that information? Probably not, but...
No. But it seems that Karmos can no longer guide you. So, Gael, scribe of the House of the Solstice, worshipper of justice, I hereby... And you see, like, there's some resistance, and he starts to kind of hold up this gavel a bit. Banish you from this church and all temples dedicated to Karmos, and you will not be welcomed until your pilgrimage ends with the champion's blessing of your return. And he slams down the gavel. And the bishops stand and they move out of your way, where there is a clear-cut path where you see the doors of the House of the Solstice start to open.
Gael takes one look at the doors, takes one look back at the bishops, and I don't think I've ever described this, but their book kind of like hangs on this sort of like belt at their side, the one that they use to cast magic. And so that's always like on their person. So they grab that, flick it's the very first page, which it says, which is in my actual notes journal, bestowed for use by Gael of the House of the Solstice, acolyte of Karmos. And as they flick that, that text and this symbol of Karmos rises from the page, leaving it completely, and sort of moves to hang in the air. And Gael just says, thank you. And they turn and they leave.
As you walk these halls, the Incantus gem returns back to its original color, where each step you take with your back facing the statue of Karmos, you feel the artifact's presence less and less. And when the doors of the House of the Solstice open as you leave, you see all members of the church await outside in cloaks and lanterns. A path is laid before you in the congregation of people, where confusion and blank stares look at you. Once the doors shut behind you, a bright indigo light shines through the stained glass windows of the entire cathedral. Everyone around you averts your gaze and begins walking back into the church, whereas the final stragglers pass you, one cloaked figure remains, unmoved. As they shed their hood, it reveals Toby, where tears are welling up, conflicted. Maybe out of fear of the indigo light, or some other reason alien to you on why she's standing there still.
Gael is going to slowly approach her. I have nothing to lose at this point. They just sort of stand there and look at her for a moment. Doesn't quite know what to say at this moment in time.
You see that there's a lot of confliction in her. She sets down the lantern and once, like, from all the years of friendship that you had, just seeing this moment of what the indigo light means, she doesn't want to go into the church and is fully there for you, but doesn't know the right steps to take. And so there's just a moment between both of you standing there together.
I never imagined we'd be in this circumstance. Where I'd be the one to say goodbye.
You don't have to say goodbye.
I think I do. I don't know what you could hear from there, but it was pretty resolute, and and they begin to like sort of sputter a little bit.
I have a place you can stay at.
I think I have somewhere to go.
But I know what I said all those years ago, but I know that if maybe if you can just be able to cast magic, you can come back.
Gail's going to move into their take out their, or actually you're probably still holding their book, flick it to a page, flick their quill, and this is you can imagine what spell it is. We don't have to say that in this moment.
Yeah.
And a little flower kind of blooms out of the page, surrounded by this like, it just it begins to stand up, and their magic up until this point has had this sort of gold hue. Now it is sort of almost like a multicolored thing, like it doesn't quite know what to be.
What? You can cast magic?
It's a recent thing. But I don't really know where it comes from, but things have changed so much. You know how I feel about change, but I don't think magic alone is going to bring me back. I think I have to do all that I set out to do first.
But it's Iago's fault. He knew the rules and he still brought you there, and because it's his fault.
Perhaps, but what's done is done.
Well, if Malus there, he could, if he wouldn't have done that. You know, he could have guided you there. Someone else.
Well, Gael just like takes a deep breath, looks around like the moon rising. It's nighttime, solidly.
It is.
The moon sort of rising in the sky. My co-workers are probably waiting for me. But there's one thing I should say before I go. They've taught me a lot about a lot of things. They've taught me about a lot of... I've seen the way that their feelings come out. You know, we've always been taught, do not let your feelings get the best of you, make you make poor decisions. And I've never been quite good at defining my own. From watching some of them, I think I came to a realization. What you said, it hurt for a lot of reasons. Losing you hurt for a lot of reasons. But I think one of those may have been that. They sort of laugh and like it's almost the hardest thing for them to say. I think I felt for you more than a friend. But that could never be, and it certainly can't be now. So I do not tell lies, and so one last truth before I go.
You see, Toby scrambles for they just go into like maybe a personal journal, something like that, and they just rip out this piece of paper and they write it, and they, with your permission, they are hesitant to it, but they try and grab your hands.
Gael will flinch back at first, but then let her take them.
And as she does, she places this piece of paper, and with the information at hand, a tear rolls down her face, and she turns around and walks back into the church.
Gail's gonna watch her go, is unable in this moment to cry, and for a moment that's frustrating to them. They look down at the note. They're not gonna wait on that one.
It's an address.
Oh. They put it in a pocket and head towards the wheelbarrow.
Yeah. As you're making your way and you walk in the streets of Tolona and this very moonlit night,
I know.
with all the emotions that you're feeling, if you were to stare at the moon for maybe just a second or something like that, you feel this calming presence. As it's something different that you felt from when you were in the House of the Solstice, or when you were in the Rift Library in a demi-plane of Matana, where the moon that you look at, you just feel it's trying to give you peace and that emotion.
Gael furrows their brow. They don't really know what to do with that. For a moment, they're so scrambled. They just look up at the moon and they're like, hello?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
Concho.
Good thing Gael is all by themselves now.
Oh, you're going to love it. Ooh.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, dude.
Free.
The moon!
The moon. 25.
Oh my god.
You picked one of my big stats, baby.
You say, when you say hello, there you look back, you hear just a little like a little shuffle of the feet, and you see this. Hold on, let me get my notes for this.
Hey, that's my searching for something. Searching for something. Searching for something.
I will say, Adam, your greatest opponent would be Jack Black on the little jingles. Yeah, true.
I would love to face off with Jack Black. I don't even care if I beat him. That'd be awesome.
Steve. Oh, sorry.
No, that's so good.
And then Adam's like, searching for some things.
And everyone goes in.
What about the moon?
The moon.
The moon.
The moon haunts you.
But you say hello, and you see off in the distance of this. What was that? 25?
25.
God damn. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you see this very short person. I would 5'1". Are we okay
I'm
with these
really
heights?
offended by you saying 5'1" is very short. I hope everyone knows I'm 5 feet tall in real life.
I'm sorry, I didn't know. I will, because like I don't want to.
Okay.
I don't.
I
'cause-
am very short.
Yes. 5'1". But like this short person has like this cloaked figure that's like jumping to like alley to alley, or maybe like any little cover that this person can get, and they're just jumping, and then you say like hello, and it was maybe like 30 distance away where it's like, and like they fumble out of, like, knock over a barrel, and like a couple things just kind of scattered by, and they're like, how did you see me?
I'm good at seeing things. What? Who are you?
This guy just kind of like just walks up to you in a very quick movement where he's like, I'm going to Pippi Pyre.
Oh. You know, you were the one who was looking for information about the
Yes. Come, and he leads you over to like the alley. He's like, the butcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about it? What? Who?
What?
What? Why are we in this alley? Why did you bring me over to this alley?
They could find us.
Who? What? I'm sorry, I just had a really life-altering event. This was not the moment in which I wanted to meet you and talk to you about this. I assume you've heard of our group, then? If you're knowing, Gail's just like, you know.
Group?
Is there a later time at which I could speak with you? Not right now.
You have information on the butcher?
Yes.
Yes.
Lots of information that I am not in that space to share with you right now.
You mentioned group.
Yes.
What group did you see that he's struggling? He's like, okay, well, like he's just going through his mind right now. He's just like, of all the information I know, he's like, green spell, Thanes.
Not exactly. I'm with Little Guy Private Eye. We're investigating on behalf of some people.
The magistrate, and he pulls out the same pamphlet that you guys know. And
Yes, about the magistrate. Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, I would love to speak with you guys.
Yes.
I have bare theories.
Yes, we have those. Gail's like vibrating. They're like, this is nothing in my life is going well right now, and.
So tomorrow?
Sure. Where do we find you?
I like to go to the Wheelhouse Aleworks Inn.
Right. My party is there now. I'm going to figure out what they're doing. I don't know why they're going there. I just got a message that they were. You could come with me, or we can wait until the morning because I don't know what they're doing.
Really?
Really about what? About coming with us, or about
coming with you?
Sure. I don't see why not.
Ooh, yay! And he kind of like packs up all like he just sorts his like files, throws into his backpack that he has.
Just has files out.
Yes, like this man is prepared.
Oh my god!
Any point of the day. Onwards. Cool. And you guys make your way back to, or you guys make your way over to the Wheelbarrow Wheelbarrow Aleworks
You need a
Inn.
fucking shot. Oh my god.
So, Brine,
Yo, what's up?
wham, wham, wham. Just you take 1 point of bludgeoning damage, 1 point of bludgeoning damage, 1 point of bludgeoning damage, 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
I push him off.
Yeah,
I push him
make
off.
an athletics check.
Was that
1
4?
point of damage.
No. Wait.
Yeah,
Leo's
this guy is.
No,
yeah.
Nissa would be right behind me.
Leo's casting.
12.
Leo's casting on person.
What's his?
No lethal attacks. If we attack, we will be arrested or something. I don't know. It's hold
I
on.
rolled a 12 for trying to push him off.
It's
Yeah,
a
you're able
wisdom
to-
save.
You're able to. What was it?
Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom. That was a 9.
Okay, yeah.
So
yeah.
you push him off where he's like he finally got there, and then like hold person comes in attack, so he just falls on top of you. It is stationary.
You see Leo like puts his hand, just like stop, and you see each of his fingers fly off of his hand. Like his middle finger goes around his neck, and then his other fingers go around the arm and all around the leg, so that he's like stuck in place with like bands that wrap around, and then his hand grows back to normal as he's holding.
I love it. But yeah, and people start rushing over. There's this Goliath man that kind of like takes hold of Leon and just pulls him off to the side where he's like, Leon, stop.
Brine gets to his feet. Nice to see you too.
Yeah. Brine? You see Arn is before you as like his cloak kind of went off.
Arn? Oh, it's so good to see you.
It's good to see you too. And as fuck. Now the stuttering thing is a part of me. You as that like the discovery of Arn, you see that 2 more figures kind of just roll on by where you see a kitsune woman uncloak her hood, and you see I need to switch notes real quick.
I also did a wild magic roll and it didn't fail, so we're good.
Sick.
Searching for some things, 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 searching for things that are being searched, searching for things, searching for things, searching for some things. Searching for some things, and we're searching and we're searching, and you know that we are in this place where fights will happen. Yeah. But Nick is finding stuff. He's finding stuff. He's finding stuff. He's gotta keep looking to find more things. If he doesn't stop, then we will have some wings. Because we're getting hungry, gonna have pizza later. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Eating.
Whoa. You see Kylie. There we go. I had to find the name.
Oh, you could have asked.
I know, but I wanted to, as a DM, I'd be like, I know these characters. I want to do you justice. But yeah, Kylie, a kitsune woman, uncloaks, and Krem, the arcanic.
Kyram.
Thank you.
Rem.
Skyrim. Did you just
Skyrim
name him
Ren?
Skyrim without the S?
No, his name is Kyram.
Skyrim, but get rid of the S, it's Kyrim.
That was not on purpose. that's Skyrim. It's
Yeah.
Kyram.
It makes sense. Kyrem. You know, Kai Ram.
It's literally
Rim.
just Kiram, but without the U. Unintentionally spelled that way.
So they uncloak and you see a navy blue colored arcanic, and Leon, now a changeling who's just kind of like on the ground in a certain position, had still just there. So Jake, would you like to describe the Night Marauders?
Yes, I suppose. Although I don't think I ever actually wrote down what they look like, nor thought about it all too much.
Which is why I asked you. I was like, I got Goliath, that is leader of the gang.
Yeah. Okay, so
No, you're good. Yeah.
Arn is a Goliath, so he's bigger. He's got gray skin, very visible muscles all over the place. Not much hair, like very very like thin, almost like mohawkish, like black hair.
Ooh.
And very thick bushy black eyebrows as well to go along with that. Dark eyes. like chiseled features. He's very large. Kylie's shorter, roughly the same height as Brine, roughly 5'6", like 5'7" that general area. She's got like orange hair, that because fox, you know, kitsune. How many tails? I picture her with 2 tails. I don't know how many kitsunes have. Yeah,
2 tails.
What?
She's just tails now.
Yeah, she's orange haired.
Wait.
No, that's canon. It's canon.
You got 2 numbers you can't choose. It's 2 and 9.
That's true.
Okay, well, fuck you. She has 2 tails. They're bushy and large, and she is like strikingly, like distractingly beautiful. Like that's like her whole like gimmick shtick thingamabobber.
Can I roll an insight check to see if Brian's like?
Nope. She's like a mother to me. Do not do that
Okay.
to me. Do not do that to me.
I don't know.
No.
I didn't know.
No.
Check was
I should have
for.
prefaced. You see Kylie come over. It's like, "Hey, Pookie," and to Arn.
Okay.
Sorry. I mean, now that you didn't know, obviously.
That's what the
but
insight check would have been
Yeah,
for.
yeah.
But you know, you gave it to me for free. That's
Yeah,
fine.
I will give you that information.
For free.
Kyrem is, I mean, how tall is the average person? I don't know. I'm very large.
Of what gender?
And what country?
He's 5'8". Okay, Kyrem's 5'8",
Nice.
just slightly taller than Kylie, but he's like he enjoys hovering off the ground a little bit, so he appears slightly taller. He's got a navy blue tint to him, as well as classic arcanic swirling features, this and that, blah blah blah, whatever. The emotion thing, that's a you thing, right?
Yeah.
So he obviously doesn't have that.
I'm special.
And then
Lava
Yes,
lamp
you
over
are.
here.
Leon is God, I'm making them all like the same height, but I'll go Leon's like 6 foot ish.
Oh.
Nice.
He's taller, just to be interesting.
No,
He's got pale skin, long, grayish, darkish grayish hair. He doesn't really like stick with any. His features shift however he wants them to shift at any given moment. So there's nothing really consistent there, and he's not typically in his changeling form. He enjoys making fun of people by like looking like them, and also he likes to sneak around as other people and do this and that and blah blah blah. Yeah, I mean he's got like longer fingernails. That's just like a little feature, I think. That's
Expert guitar player.
yeah.
Yeah.
pirate guitar.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, so that's the Night Marauders, and Arn. And he tries to. Actually, I would say Kylie goes to help you up because since you're on top of Brine and you fell down.
Ooh, hello.
Hello.
Wait, are you a kitsune?
Yes.
Oh,
And you're a Spriggan.
yeah. We're both kind of uncommon. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, in the city, I would say. Brine, who?
I'm liking.
Oh,
sorry.
are these your
Are you okay?
your people?
Goes to
You know,
Lycan.
and for everyone else, you see that like on all the Night Marauders, you see a very similar collar to Brine. Are you? Are these your people?
this is my group.
Move. Are we fighting?
Yeah.
Sick. Calm down. It's okay. It's okay.
Fighting.
I was just.
Okay.
You just hear these boom, 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 and the door swings open where Dokul comes out, and he's just scanning the room, and like as nothing else is happening, he goes back upstairs and closes the door.
That better have been nothing.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to see you guys, and I'm so sorry that we're all in this situation. My toes are cramping. Ah! Okay, sorry. That was Jake. That was
guys.
That was Jake.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's so good to see you.
It is. Can I get up, please? You just hear a little voice from
Oh,
the ground.
sorry.
Leo, let him up.
Sure, you definitely just they go away.
and he kind of just brushes himself off.
Sorry, Leo turns orange.
And Leon gives you the coldest stare ever.
I'm sorry, Leon. I wasn't on purpose.
Sure.
No.
Yeah, but Leo was the one who cast hold on you, so that wasn't Brine. That wasn't. He didn't do that.
That was me. I'm sorry.
We're talking about the past here.
Oh.
We're being vague and cryptic because we're cool.
If you
Brine, we had a job and Brine left us.
No, I did not leave.
So what happened?
I was still in that place for hours after you guys got caught. I fell asleep.
You fell fucking asleep on the job.
You know how little sleep I've been getting recently. You know how little I slept the night before.
It's been 4 fucking months since we've seen you.
Well, I didn't mean recently. I meant recently in the past. God, this is confusing.
Anyway, and Arn kind of put inside, Leon, you know what we're doing. Go. Fine. Leon goes off. Brine, can we sit down and catch up and with your friends?
Of course.
Good. And he's looking for like the most place that could fit everybody here, like a really big round table. But like he ends up finding a corner off there, and there's like a new round. It's like ding ding ding, and it's like landslide 1, and there's like Ingram.
Thought the other guy would win.
Bridget Thunderstorm.
I had my money on Thunderstorm.
You are now broke. You bet everything.
Yeah. And then you hear the guy going around. He's like, "All right, place your bets for the next round." And another fight goes to continue. And you guys do find like a little thing off to the corner, a little table you all can sit. And everyone is here.
Ouch.
Just for
Sorry, not Gael.
Yeah, everybody.
Not Gael and Pippi.
here.
Just for everyone else's information, because I forgot to
is
say
here.
it. I forgot to say it. Arn and Kylie are both like mid to early 30s. Leon, I mean, it's hard to tell age for an Arcanic, but he's on the younger side. And then
Leon?
Or Kyrem, my mistake, is Leon is Kyrem's on the younger side. And Leon is like 19-ish. So
He looks 19.
Nice.
So this is your family, Brine?
Like I said before, closest thing I've ever had to one. Well, a functional one.
Oops.
Functional. Ooh. Oh, is that an insult to you guys?
Oh, that's not an insult to you guys.
Oh,
No.
so it's to us.
No, not an insult to you. It's an insult to my actual family, my blood relatives.
Oh, you're
They're-
okay.
Yeah, I'm not blood related to any of these guys.
Except me, we're definitely related.
Brine, why are we here?
I had to come here. I had to apologize. I had to see how you were all doing.
Well, we're doing pretty good, but we're on a job right now.
Can I roll an insight check on Brine? Is that
Yeah.
Is that real? Is that true?
Yeah, roll an insight check.
I'm doing it too. Doing it too. That's why.
Elxidor's rolling an insight check.
Fuck it, everyone's wrong.
Do I have to roll something?
Roll deception or
rolling.
persuasion, your choice.
Damn. Got an 18.
It's a 3.
I got a 12, so.
What is math? 15.
18.
It's a construct.
I
That,
was trying to make it.
I got a 17.
Damn, Elxidor got a dirty 20.
Ooh.
Yeah, so for everyone who rolled higher than a 15, you sense that, like, Brine's being truthful, but it's not the full entire truth. He's saying what he wants to say and not going much deeper than surface level of how he feels about it.
Lying by omission.
Yeah.
Best type of lying.
So it's great. I mean, it's great to see you, but I thought you were in S Creek. What brings you into Lona?
Oh, we're doing this investigation right now, and I don't really think I can share many of the details, but yeah, it's in this district, and I had a meeting, and he goes on to like basically explain how, like in kind of vague details, how he came to find out where the Night Marauders were, and how he went to the Burning Spire Guild and then came over here just to try and find them.
Well, that's quite the story. Yeah, I don't know why you would get yourself involved in the magistrate here.
It wasn't exactly by choice, was it?
Well, actually, when you were explaining everything, what did you say to how exactly you got your collar off in the first place?
He doesn't bring that up. He doesn't bring up that the collar was off.
Oh, okay.
He just brings up that he met with the magistrate and was given information about where everyone was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So let me retract some things, because I was assuming you said that you got a new contract under the magistrate.
No.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, any worthwhile case right now would be either the butcher or the ocean, and I'm sure you're trying to look into the ocean.
Well, I'd certainly like to know more about it, but it seems like no one has any information.
There's like a little conspiracy theorist dude that is writing a book on it, something like that.
We heard about him, didn't we?
I met him. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, we talked to him, didn't we? Yeah.
No, you didn't. You talked to the worker, the librarian, who gave you one of the books of the conspiracy theorist.
Also gave us a book he wrote. I remember that.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you never looked at the name of the author for who this conspiracy theorist is, especially with him writing a new book about the ocean.
Yeah.
That was true.
Yeah. So I'm going to assume the latter here, and it's the butcher.
Brine doesn't say anything, but it's pretty clear by the way he like shifts that's yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we're currently on a job right now.
What kind of job?
Oh, well, if you don't want to tell about your job,
it's the butcher. Now.
Yeah. No, Brian, that's not how this works. But you almost fucking blew our cover, or Leon did at least.
How's he doing?
He's doing good. He's doing his job. And okay, fine. We're looking into Calmoira.
What is that?
Please roll a history check, everyone.
History is not.
Jesus Christ! This dice is fucking me over. That's a 6.
Yeesh. 19.
6.
14.
3.
Right. Oh wow. Yeah.
19.
Well, Elksy got a. It's going to be an anyone above 15. But
damn, 3 doesn't make.
Damn.
Not above 5.
Oh, Elxidor got a 12 because he rolled a 13. He has a -1.
Yeah, history.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
That is funny because he should. Let me check this character sheet later on. This not adding up.
It ain't making sense.
This is a wee bit of a retcon, but this is how this makes sense. Whenever you guys were in Calhoun's office space, and I think you were just going through his personal artifacts and whatnot.
I'm just now remembering, Leo.
Yeah. Calhoun wasn't the only like drug cartel operation in the city. Now, he is someone in the depths that had their own operation, but Calmoira is someone who is kind of a drug lord that has been known throughout the upper city, so all of Conamanther, before the depths was revealed. So this is a name where it's like, oh, drug lord, cool.
Are you hoping to do deals with them?
No, but the Burning Spire Guild came across the information that one of the distributors got their hands on liquid luxury and is actually trying to disguise their product and kind of like sell it for themselves, and we got word that they're doing it here. So we're here to kind of act as a little spy information and find this distributor that Leon almost completely flipped the table on.
Do you need help? We looked into Liquid Luck too.
I mean, look, I don't know what your thing is like with little guy, private eye, but like,
Brine, is this in your best interest? You have some agenda. I don't know what it is, but
I want to help, but you might be right that I can't.
Lycan's just going to do a very, very fast download of information of everything we know about Liquid Luck and our experiences with it in an attempt to help. But
that
I won't actually say it all because it's a lot.
I mean, that's great information, but nothing that affects this, because I think, well, okay, I'll let you guys know. Like, Calmoira, sells, at least used to sell, cigars, I think they're Woodbane cigars and green powder to compete with, Liquid Luxury. But now that, it got revealed to the public, the guild got word that they got their hands on some of the Liquid Luxury that the directorate is giving out to people who need it right now before their official thing. So, well, we heard that Calmoira tricked this fucking guy called the Medicinal Augur, and of how to adjust his drugs to alleviate Liquid Luck to make his product more profitable in the city.
I didn't think the medicinal augur would be that easily tricked.
Oh, I don't know who that guy is.
Well, we do.
Wait, just real quick. He was talking with Calmoira?
Mm-hmm.
The medicinal augur was?
Yep.
The champion.
The champion.
Calmoira is the person who made Liquid Luxury or is competing with Liquid Luxury?
Competing with Liquid Luxury.
Drug lord and ooh, mom.
I know, that's what I'm trying to figure out, because I thought there was different information.
Is not the medicinal augur the dude that?
Yes.
Yep.
We got
that is correct.
He's the champion.
To quickly go over so Calmoira she has her own drugs and was trying to compete with Liquid Luck. Once
that's where I was getting lost, because you said Liquid Luxury 5,000 times, and I was like,
gotcha.
Why would she be going against Liquid Luxury if it just came out?
Yeah. And okay, yeah. So is competing with Liquid Luck and tricked the Medicinal Augur to adjust her products so that she can try and get their hands on Liquid Luxury to try and get her product out more.
Medicinal augur didn't do it willingly.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
He thought he was talking to the right person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Yes. And a little more background information. The Medicinal Augur is a very neutral person known throughout the world. A lot of people just don't like him because they think he's a walking toxologist and is all about poisons and whatnot. So, but he's just there to be I got cursed. But you interact with him. He's like, I got cursed. I'm just trying to find a way to heal myself and make sure that no one else gets what I got.
Cool.
Yeah. So he was a trove of information that was very helpful for Calmoira. Yeah.
I just needed to see you guys. I don't think we can actually help.
Oh, I'm glad we could see you too, Brine. I mean, we thought you, from Leon, we thought that you just left us or even since we didn't know that the guards came up, that you just outed us out. But then once we heard that you yourself got arrested a couple weeks later and you're now in S Creek, we were like, okay, well, maybe that wasn't the case.
No, I would never have abandoned you guys. And I'm very sorry that you thought I did.
Yeah. It's okay. Yeah, no, it's all good. And he kind of tries to fist bump you across the table and he can't reach. Yeah. So if it's all the same to you, if we could get back. Or, I mean, like, if you want to, since you're all investigators, if you want to try and find this distributor.
I don't want to do anything that's going to endanger you.
We can put it on the... If we get done with the butcher case fast enough, we'll help you out.
Yeah.
So you're finding the butcher tonight?
What time is it?
It is like probably like 8, 9, maybe 10 p.m. It is Betty time.
I don't know about tonight, but as soon as possible. We got some good leads that I can't really go into detail about.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well then, I mean, we're gonna find this distributor tonight, but at any other point, we'll see you later.
Yeah, we're at Little Guy Private Eye, like we said. If you need to see any of us.
We really can't go out the district colors.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Oopsie.
Yeah. Well, good luck to you guys. They all stand up and make their way out.
You too.
Guys, by the way, the Brass Bears are offering to buy us a round of drinks upstairs.
I think I need that, yeah.
Oh.
Sure, I mean,
Brian,
I don't
if you
really...
want to go visit them again, we could go with you. Make sure you can see them.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Drinks then?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, you guys make your way up to the back to... I would say you probably make your way back to the one table where Annika... I want to say like Annika was just like at the door and Udoku was just kind of sitting there and just staring at Annika. Why, hello.
Mo.
He offers like the his knuckles out to let Annika sniff.
Backs away.
And he's like, pets?
You see just Annika looking down to him.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fuck with that.
Just like pure golden eyes just staring.
Yeah, and then we're just like, and there's a time where he got to like one of the servers, like, Nick, get over here. Here, give me a water bowl. Oh yeah, there's a water bowl I can grab right now. Let me get that for you, sir. And he walks over. He's like, thank you. And he offers like a drinking bowl to Annika.
You see as Annika looks at the bowl, motions her head downward.
He places it down. Nice. He stands back a bit, and then all of a sudden, just and the door, like right where he's standing, you guys just exit out, and just slams his face like, and, like he grabs it and he like opens it up to see like you guys entering out, and he's like, you just fucking hit, like kind of face.
That door made a weird sound.
Yes, you hit me.
Oh, sorry. We didn't realize that door is strong. That is a thick door. I'm like, jeez.
Yeah. Like he just closes it.
Sorry.
And he goes back to his like just guard watch. And you guys head back to your little table, and then as that's happening, Pippi, we jump back over to Pippi and Gael, and he's like, Pippi's just really excited. He's like, I can't wait to like, to tell you all my theories. And you guys make it up to the first floor where you open up, you enter in, and this gentleman with long, luxurious hair and a white baseball cap comes up.
Baseball cap?
Wearing,
Fantasy baseball cap?
Yes, where
Yeah,
he's wearing it backwards and has glasses on. And
Oh.
Those of you at home,
and
Nick is
he's
just describing me.
like,
Hey, yo, what's up?
What?
Have you seen a large group of people? One really tall guy with 4 arms, one very small tree person, one arcanic, one lock, one hobgoblin, and another territoire, smaller, not the tall one.
Yeah, that sounds like table 7.
Great.
They're over there.
Thank you. Yeah, I was just gonna walk.
For those of you at home, that's exactly what he was wearing.
What he was
Yeah.
I don't usually wear my glasses. This is a
Are we all
one-day thing.
are we all employed here?
Yes.
Okay.
There's some point where I'm gonna grab all you guys
That's
now.
fun.
I like that.
But you guys like
Fantasy baseball
yeah,
cap.
fantasy baseball.
It's like made
I
of
tried.
leather.
And
This
you
is my
guys
specific baseball fantasy cap.
Ah.
This restaurant's theme is that there is no theme.
Yeah.
No
How about them bets, baby? How about them bets? Oh yeah, let's hear it for the bets.
You're doing a joke off the Mets. I know.
I see.
And I don't even know sports. That was literally the joke I was thinking of too. I was trying to find how can I make
the
a
Mets.
difference.
We love the Mets. How about the Mets?
Well, Gael, you see the little our entourage make their way over to a table off in the very distant corner. You do see that some of the brass bears are down, sitting at their own thing, and then once they kind of take places, the brass bears kind of like call attention. It's like, all right, a round of drinks to the saviors of the brass bears and the captors and investigators of Kamuli Casino. And everyone's like, yeah! Yeah!
That's cheering for us.
Yeah.
Can I get a chai?
And that is where we will end today.
Can I get a chai in the corner?
Oh my god.
Hey, casters, we wanted to give you a big thank you for listening to this episode. We are excited to continue the story of this party and share this world with you. Please check out our socials on Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, and YouTube by searching up Campaign Casters. No spaces, one word, Camp AIGN Casters. So please turn your notifications on for Mondays because we are releasing our character art. Make sure to hop on over to Instagram and TikTok to see our characters in all of their glory once a week. And once everyone is released, we may even drop a poster of Little Guy Private Eye. So stay vigilant. And thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode, we'd really appreciate it if you guys left a review on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or wherever you listen. It helps us reach more listeners and keeps the investigation going.
Our theme song is Nobody's Hero by Chronophobia. A big shout out to them for allowing us to use their beautiful music. You can find them on all music platforms, including, but not limited to, Apple Music, iTunes, and Spotify. And if you haven't already, listen to their new album, The Path. Additionally, have you checked out our documentary yet? Rolling the Dice is officially on YouTube. Shout out to Brandon Pierce Media for producing it. You can find him at brandonpiercemedia.com to book him today on your photography and videography needs. Our players for this campaign are Heath Chase as Sig Valang, Jake Taylor as Brine Smith, Adam Fox as Leo, Sophia Condit as Lycan, Ari Bardock Mitchell as Gael, Nicholas Bailey as Alxador Vernades, and me, Haven Joseph-Lyon as Nissa Stone. Our next episode will be released on May 23rd, so start counting down the days, folks. Start counting down the days.
Until next time, be careful adventuring, and if you're tired, come back home.